daughter that's going there now,
You don't know
and
about that.
she loves it. She loves it. She's a little bit introverted and like didn't before me, anything like that.
Whoops. Computer. Okay, talk very loud. Just talk very loud.
All right, so the best laid plans. Good morning, everyone. You can check technology 100 times and still not have the perfect plan. But today, we're excited to say and welcome our Class 37 Operation New Uniform graduation. So thank you very much to our sponsors, Sandler Training, Renee Parent2 Photography, Sheridan Garrett from Vision Quest, and Human, just to name a few. Special thanks to Wounded Warrior Project, who works directly with Operation New Uniform to ensure a successful future for our veterans by helping us continue to serve those who served us. This morning, we'd like to start, as we always do, with an invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Shaddix. He's a member of the North American Mission Board and has committed to sharing his faith with his active duty constituents, veterans, and the entire Jacksonville community. Lieutenant Shaddix serves as the Deputy Command Chaplain at Navy Station Mateport. He partners with businesses, nonprofits, and other organizations performing invocations and benedictions for military and veteran-connected programs. We are proud to have him join the family of Operation New Uniform supporters to share God's word and lead the Pledge of Allegiance today. Welcome, Chaplain Shaddix.
Hey, good morning. Let's pray together. Holy and gracious God, we come to you this morning with thankful hearts for the many ways that you've blessed us. We gather today in celebration of the success and accomplishments of these outstanding men and women, and we're grateful for their direction, devotion, and their resolve. We're indebted to their families and friends who have provided encouragement, support, and love. We pray that you will bless this ceremony and continue to bless Operation New Uniform as they continue to equip these and many others for new chapters and new horizons in their lives. Amen. And if you will, please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Who has been a part of our program because she's on our board of directors. She is also a veteran. Lisa Gillespie is a native of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She joins the United States Navy in 1991 as a cryptological technician. In parentheses, it says maintenance. So for those of you that served in the military, you probably know what that means. For those who haven't, welcome to the club. She was selected for the medical enlisted commissioning program in 1998 and commissioned as a nurse corps officer in 2001. She serves as a Navy Medicine East Regional Chief Nursing Informatics Officer in 2010. Oh, Lord, forgive me if I messed that one up, but following her retirement in 2012, she was the Director of Maternal Child Services, Bayfront Health, Springfield, Florida, relocated to Jacksonville in 2016. She is currently a consultant for Simplified Smart Solutions and a licensed realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Atlantic Beach office. Lisa serves as a board member for ONU and is also transitioning into the role of Duval County representative for the Fire Watch Council, which works to end veteran suicide, a very important mission. And please help me welcome Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I know it's early and it's Friday. Good morning.
Good
There
morning.
we go. There we go. All over the place. I'm not a podium person. I'm more of a walk around type person as I speak, but we're gonna go ahead and give this a try this morning. First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here, whether you're here in person or remotely, and the camera's here. I'm not used to this Zoom thing. Whether you're here in person or remotely, I thank you. I thank you for the time to come and support this great occasion. To the graduating veterans, I applaud you, I commend you, and I congratulate you for a job very well done. As Michelle said, my name is Lisa Gillespie, and I too, like these fine men and women here, I'm a veteran. So like you two, I stood and made the decision one day to hang up my military uniform. Unlike you, I did not have operational uniform. And I was completely ignorant of the culture. I was completely ignorant of any executive culture other than the Navy executive culture. So the corporate executive culture, I was blind to. The dilemma started right away. How do I take my military nursing skill set as well as job titles and implement them into executive nursing? Names like nurse translates well, registered nurse translates very well, charge nurse, nurse manager, all of those names translate very well. However, assistant division officer, assistant department head does not translate very well at all. As I thought about that portion of my transition, one name stood out. For those Navy people, you understand. Officer of the day. Sounds like a reward you get when you do something really good and your parking spot is right there by the front door. Absolutely, absolutely not. So as I said, I did not have ONU, but what I did have was an incredible executive recruiter. After submitting my resume several times and not getting even a call back for an interview, I got a call one evening and he said, Lisa, do you mind if I edit your resume just a little bit? Well, no calls for interviews. Absolutely, sure, go ahead. Do what you do. As you can imagine, the very next time he submitted my resume, I was called for the interview. I interviewed 3 times in that one day. I was offered the job, I accepted the job, I was hand carried to HR, and I left that building that day with the job. Right, great. I refer to that time in my career as acclimation by accident. Yes. There is a saying that we use about not falling on your own sword. I became intimately familiar with the pointy end of my own sword at that time. So years later, I'd be talking to a friend of mine, Lori Mason, who's also a retired veteran, and she mentioned Operational Uniform. And she began to talk about the mission of Operational Uniform. And I share with her my trials and my tribulations and my failures trying to get where I wanted to be. The more she spoke of Operational Uniform, the more I realized that's something I can do. That's something that is worthwhile putting my time, my efforts, my energy into. Because we agreed, if you want someone who's a self-starter, you want to hire a veteran. If you want someone who can adapt to change, you want to hire a veteran. If you want somebody who's a team player and plays well with others, you want to hire a veteran. But if you want all of that, plus someone who has the self-awareness that only Sandler training provides, as well as the corporate cultural awareness, you want to hire an ONU veteran for that. So we're going to do this one. Now, what I need you to do is keep your hand up. Keep your hand up. And you can do this at home. If you are a veteran, raise your hand. If you have a family member, spouse, grandfather, cousin that is a veteran, raise your hand. If you work with a veteran, raise your hand. If you have a friend who's a veteran, raise your hand. Okay. You can put your hands down. That was not my drill. I stole it from a colleague, Nick Holland, because I was moved then as I am now. 100% of the room. Veterans make up less than 10%, I believe, approximately about 8%. But that showed how that less than 10% is connected to basically 100% of the rest of the population. And that's probably one of the reasons why when I go places and I speak and I say, I'm a board member for Operation Uniform, I have a lot of people that come to me and go, I really would like to do that. I just don't have the time. I'd love to do this. I just don't have the bandwidth to do that. Okay, we hear you. So Operation Uniform has started an advisory council. I'm sure for you that are remote, there's a link somewhere in Zoom. If you're here, we have paperwork you can sign up for now. Operation Uniform has an advisory council. If the 4 times a year meetings will require less bandwidth than with the board of directors. So alumni, friends, sponsors, friends of ONU, Operation Uniform has an advisory board. One of the things that would be a disgrace to me is to have those veterans serve abroad and at home and decide to change careers and we not allow them and provide them what they need to have successful careers after they leave the military. That would be remiss. So as I leave it today, I want to challenge each of you to join the ONU Advisory Board. If you can't do that, that's fine. Join the loyalty brigade. Just continue to support Operation Uniform and help them bridge that gap that I not only sympathize but empathize with my fellow veterans. So in closing, I want to say first, give these veterans a career. And second, let's give these veterans another round of applause for a very job well done. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Lisa. That was well said. Couldn't have said it better. So thank you so much for speaking on behalf of the board and also a little bit about your experience. We really appreciate that. I'm sure everybody out there has their own stories, and I know our veterans here today have their own story to tell as well. So next I get to introduce a dear friend of mine, someone that has become a friend of mine over the years of having Operation Uniform. 6 years ago, when my husband and I started this organization, there are a few key people that were a part of being and doing for Operation Uniform. And one was this particular woman who you'll get a chance to meet if you have not met her on previous Operation Uniform graduations. So Dr. Kim Bynum, and I got to know her as Kim Bynum and then as Dr. Kim Bynum, which it's fun to call her the doc. She is a professor of leadership, management, and economics. She's a teacher at JU, Christian Brothers University, and DeVry Keller School of Management. She also is a certified trainer with Sandler Training. She holds degrees in electrical engineering, business administration, and management, and wrote her PhD dissertation on motivational behavior. Kim is a retired Navy officer who served our country for 21 years. Beside her role on the ONU board, she's the chair, Kim served ONU veterans as one of her program trainers. She is a key component in working with our in-house team to help those veterans with their transitional needs. Please don't let her small size fool you. Kim is known to kick butt and take names when needed. We call her the boot at times. Please help me welcome my friend, and probably yours too, Dr. Kim Bynum, to the podium.
All right, welcome. Good morning, guys. Thank you for that, Michelle. I always enjoy, getting my bio read, and I just feel like, wow, I did that? That's amazing. Woo! All right. All right. So basically, as Michelle said, I have had the pleasure of being a part of ONU in different capacities almost since its inception, since it was just Michelle got the vision from the Lord to take on this project and serve veterans. I wanted to, before I start, I wanted to share a little bit about what Lisa said about connection and how we all raised our hand, because I think that this goes to her point. So you guys may or may not know, but I actually started my career as a cryptological, technical, in parentheses, maintenance person. And Lisa and I, 20 or 30 years ago, that's when we knew each other first. I was there when her child was born, her first daughter, her eldest daughter was born at the hospital. And then we lost touch, just because that's how the Navy goes, that's how life goes. And look, I couldn't believe it when I was at an Operation New Uniform event. We were at a volunteer event, and who walks in the door? OMG, but my good friend, my dear friend, one of my best friends when I was super young in the Navy, Lisa Gillespie. And so to have her on this board and to be able to work with her and to see her passion and fire for our transitioning veterans has just been such a blessing to be able to reconnect. So that connection, we're all connected. So thank you, Lisa, for being our guest speaker today. I just wanted to share that with you guys, just to show you what a small world it is and the impact that we can have as we go through our lives that we never know. Before I get started, the other thing I'd like to do is for our board members, some are here in the room and some are out on Zoom land, but I'd like to introduce them. We cannot do what we do here at Operation New Uniform without the support and the help of our board. So I want to introduce each of them by name. Lou Caldropoli from Swisher Cigar Company. Lou, I hope I got your name right this week. Melissa Ciracelli from Black Knight Financial. You guys have met Lisa Gillespie from Berkshire Hathaway. Ryan Hollister from Haskell. Ralph Kozlerich from First Command Financial Services. Thank you for being here in person, Ralph. We appreciate you. Lee Mills from One Digital Health and Benefits. Kevin Brooks from HCI. And rounding it up, saving the best for last, Tom Quinn, who's been one of our former board chairs from Leaders, Inc. As you can see, we have a great group on this board that really support Michelle and I in our endeavors, and that we can always count on them to do what's needed. So thank you so much, board members, for your time, your energy, your commitment, and your money. Appreciate it. We are so proud of the work that Operation New Uniform does to advance, empower, and equip our veterans with the skills to succeed in business. Our board, our staff, our volunteers share one main characteristic. We all have this in common. We are committed to providing impactful and positive change to the men and women that enroll in Operation New Uniform. With today's graduation, we broke the 300 mark. We are now at 304 veterans served, effectively changing not only those lives of our veterans, but also their immediate families and the broader community that surrounds us all. So I always get the fun part. I now have the honor of introducing Class 37 to you so that you can get to meet these amazing veterans. HR folks, I always say, this is the time to perk up. I know I'm boring and not entertaining at all. So perk up, because this is where you want to start listening to meet our veterans so you can snatch them up before somebody else does. Okay, so I got your ears perked. The other thing that's fun to say about Class 37 is they like to call themselves COVID class number 3. So we are making it work. We are doing our social distancing. We are doing remote when we need to, but we are not stopping to serve our veterans. And we are so grateful to them for braving the COVID and being here with us. Okay, so here we go. That was to give Tracy some time to kind of get her act together. So Tracy Chastain is first. She served 20 faithful years in the United States Navy as an information systems technician. She has an associate in business administration from American Intercontinental University, and she's currently pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Administration and she expects to graduate in April, although we had lunch and it may be February. That's just how she rolls. Tracy is seeking a career in healthcare administration or healthcare information management. So if any of you are looking for an administrator in training right now, contact Tracy. She's ready to rock and roll. It's part of her degree requirements. We would love to be able to get her placed today. All right, so with all of that said, Tracy, are you ready to come on up?
Always ready.
All right, come on.
All right. So, good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. So, I have to start this off. First and foremost, I like to thank God, okay, because without Him always keeping me in His arms, I would never have entered the Operation New Uniform doors. Walking into the doors of ONU, I was excited, I was nervous, I was skeptical, but most importantly, I did not want to be late. So I scouted out the office the day prior, and just to make sure I was not late the day that we needed to be here. I walked in here and literally these last 3.5 weeks have been a life changer for me. ONU acknowledges our military accomplishments, but then in a holistic approach, they prepare us for, excuse me, I'm gonna cry. It prepares to shed that uniform off and don our new business attire with confidence, pride, that humbleness, dedication, and determination. Operation New Uniform isn't just a military transition program like many that are out there that are just there to accumulate numbers. ONU takes the military veteran by the hand, literally, and just polishes the diamond that we already are by having us really look in the mirror and shed all that head trash that we have, that uniform that we walked in here in, and whatever role we played within the military. Now we can really truly see ourselves, all that we can bring to any organization, and most importantly, our purpose. To those vets sitting out there lost, as I once was, I say to you that you have so much more to offer. Come to ONU so that they can bless you, so you can see, that you can see that. ONU family, Larry Ward, who is the one that introduced me to ONU, Michelle, Kim, Fergie, Pat, Dayton, Maggie, Ashley, all the guest speakers that blessed us with their knowledge and time, and my fellow class 37 classmates, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
All right, well, I usually get, into like the second or third person before I get a little teared up. So Tracy, thanks for that. I went ahead and busted that open right now. Appreciate you. Oh, I gotta get my place back. Okay. Also, I want to mention before I go to the next veteran that you can view Tracy's resume as well as everybody else's in the chat window. So please keep an eye in the chat window as you meet the veterans to look for their resumes. And if you miss that, then you can just contact us and we'll put you in touch. All right, so number 2, on to our next veteran graduate. It's Frank Koger. Frank served 29 years in the U.S. Army as the Senior Human Resources Manager for the Florida Army National Guard. Frank has an MBA from Strayer University in Human Resources, and he has earned the coveted Society for Human Resources Management Certified Professional Certification. Frank is currently seeking a career in human resources or project management. Please help me give a warm round of applause to Frank as he takes the stand.
Thank you. Good morning. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank ONU and the staff for selecting me to be one of the students. So as I transitioned out of the military, I was lost, like most veterans. I went to all the other organizations, and it seemed like they just took you by the hand and said, go to these hiring events, and they sent you emails, and that was it. Well, that's not working. So I'm in LinkedIn, I came across ONU. I researched them, I applied, I came in for an interview, I met Michelle. When I got the first phone call, it said, come into an interview, bring a copy of your resume, and wear a suit. I was like, oh boy, this is not your typical transitioning outfit. So I came in, I had an interview, I left, I was nervous, I was scared. I had no idea what I got myself into. Like, am I good enough to be part of this organization? Luckily, I got the phone call, said, you've been selected, these are class dates. I was elated. So first day class shows up, like most of us, I was scared, I was nervous. I had no idea what to expect. But as we made it through the 3 weeks, with help of my fellow classmates, Kim, Michelle, and my wife, we made it through. This organization is phenomenal. I've had a talk with Michelle. I am going to be an advocate for ONU. I'm going to ensure that the Florida Armed National Guard knows about this program, and I've already been in contact with the leadership. I want to thank you again for this outstanding opportunity. I know that everybody here is an I-10. Everybody who's graduated from class 37 is going to get an outstanding career and make themselves, their family, and ONU proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. It means so much to us when we have ambassadors out there that really get and understand what Operation in Uniform does for our veterans. And we really appreciate that connection. We want to be able to help as many veterans as we can through their transition, but we need your help to do that. So thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. Next up is Robert Davis. This is the first of our Roberts. We have two, so make sure you get it straight. This is RD. Robert Davis. Robert served 11 years in the U.S. Army as a supply manager. He has a BA in American History from the University of South Florida, go Bulls, and he is seeking a career in operations management or supply chain management. All right, get ready to meet Robert Davis.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Kim. I do apologize for the photo. I was going through a phase called COVID-19. Just recently got my hair cut for the first time. And I seriously would like to, I don't think I can express enough gratitude towards Michelle, Kim, the staff here, and Pat, Sandler Training and Operation in Uniform. This is an amazing program. Like Frank said, and Tracy said, when you separate from the military, a lot of us are lost. We don't know how to shed that uniform off and step back into the corporate world. So we do what we've been told to do. You know, you reach out to your Veterans Affairs people, you reach out to these people, and they try to help. They do. I've met some really great people within the Department of Veterans Affairs, and I've met some not so great people. But the quality of training here has allowed me to make leaps and bounds as far as interview skills, definitely with my resume writing. My first resume coming into this class was atrocious. And now as looking with everybody else's resumes and with the coaching that I've had, I've realized exactly why I was not getting calls for interviews. You know, the skills weren't there, and I wasn't expressing my skills to match the terms with the civilian. So again, I'd like to say thank you very much. Very honored that I was accepted into this class. I think myself and my classmates are going to move on and do great things. And thank you. Thank you.
I always say this every graduation, but I'm going to say it again after watching Robert up here at the podium. We get to see them on day one of the training and to see how they present themselves because of what they're feeling on the inside from their I-10 or lack of I-10ness. And you guys will hear more about that from Michelle. But to see Robert come up here and just articulate and express and be so confident in who he is and the worth that he provides to an organization It's just, this is why we do what we do. And I wish we could just do a little snippet video of day one and show you day one people and then get the before and the after picture. I would love to be able to do that because I get to see it and I want to express to you how gratifying that is and just the major changes that we get to see in just 3.5 weeks with these folks. Okay, so with that said, way to go, Robert. All right, don't forget, guys, the links are in that chat window, so please make sure you reference those. You don't want to miss out on these amazing veterans because this one's already gone and I'm about to introduce. Next up is Justin Kubu. He got voted best last name in our group. Justin, he served 7 years in the U.S. Army as a field artillery officer. He possesses a BS in engineering management from Norwich University. And I got to erase what this says currently in pursuit of because Justin has recently accepted a fantastic offer as technical operations manager with Inland Pipe Rehabilitation. They are headquartered in Georgia. So thank you for your support of hiring veterans. And man, did you guys get a winner in Justin. So if you guys will please help me welcome Justin up to the podium.
Thank you, Kim. I greatly appreciate that marvelous introduction. So last night I was sitting around thinking about what I was going to say, and I wrote note cards, just being the detail-oriented individual that I am. And this morning I woke up and said, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm just going to speak from the heart because that was the original assignment anyway. Right. You know, I found out through ONU, through Fergie. She heard one of my stories at a networking event, and she told me to apply. I didn't think I was going to get in, and I had my first initial interview with Michelle, and I was like, you know what, this is going to be another program that's just going to say, nope, don't want you, have a good life, good luck. And then I got a phone call about an hour later from Dr. Kim, and you know, they went out on a ledge for me. And you know, I've been out of the military for 3 months now, and I went in it with a lone wolf mentality because that's what I've always been, is a lone wolf. I'm going to figure this out. I don't care what stands in my way. I'm going to do it by myself through hell and high water, pardon my French. But I got a phone call later that following Monday, and they're like, you're in. I was like, okay, roger that. I'm showing up. And I thought I was going to take it like any other military assignment. I'm like, you know, check the block. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do what I can do, what I can, when I can, how I can, with what I've got. Nope. Like many of us that joined this class, you know, the role was really, my role in the military really defined me. It took this class to recognize that that's not the case. You know, there's more to people than meets the eye, as with all my classmates, and they are extremely gifted. It has been a wild ride. And like Kim said, I've accepted a position. I didn't think I was ever going to get a position. I always thought I was job hunting and hunting for that job. But with this program, I found that career, and through hell and high water, I'm going to make it happen and make it work. And last but not least, I'd like to thank God, and more importantly, my wife. You know, she's been there for me through thick and thin, through all the military moves and deployments and training. And then now through ONU, it's been a trek. I drive 2 hours every single day to come here from southern Georgia, but this place is worth its weight in gold. I'm a true advocate of this program and what they stand for and what they do. The TTPs that they provide you will make you a different person. I have refound my person, my individuality, and I'm excited for moving forward. I'm excited for all my classmates. I'm excited for the future veterans that get the privilege of joining this program. And then the last thing I'll say is class 37, we got a plaque. So Kim, if you would please come up here. We got this plaque. It says, "We've walked the walk, proud U.S. veteran, cohort number 3 for COVID." On behalf of class 37, thank you from the bottom of our hearts and soul. We greatly appreciate it.
Great, thank you so much. What a class, what a class. Woo! That's fantastic, guys. Thank you for that. All right. Whew. So that's Justin, and he shared a little bit of his story. And we know when God sends us somebody. Boy, do we know when God is at work in this place. And so it's just been an amazing group of people, and I appreciate Justin throwing away the cards and sharing from his heart. Again, day one to graduation, man, that's what it's all about. Did you guys know the Operation Uniform costs our veterans nothing, $0? Everything we do is without government funding. We get zero government funding. Our organization operates off of its donors and grassroots efforts. So if you're interested in supporting veterans, amazing veterans like this, please go to onuvets.org. Lisa already mentioned our advisory council, the loyalty brigade. There's so many opportunities for you to get involved in a way that will work for you. So our next veteran is Cheryl Marlowe. Cheryl served 4 years in the US Navy as a fighter jet aircraft mechanic. That's so cool. In addition to that, she has 24 years of IT experience. She's an IT specialist, and I'm going to say all these letters because they mean something to all you IT recruiters out there. MCSE, A+, and ITIL certifications. She is seeking a career in information technology. And I do want to add before I bring Cheryl up, in addition to all of those letters, which are fantastic, Cheryl's passion is customer service in the IT realm. So if that's something that your organization could use help with, she is an amazing customer specialist, advocate, and expert and leader in the IT field. So without further ado, come on up, Cheryl. Woo!
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you, ONU. Thank you for my classmates. I have made some lifelong friends in here. I know that. Okay, so I just want to say thank you to Kim and Michelle. You both are amazing women, and I respect you and I admire you both. You know why? One day I walked into class and greeted them both and said hi, and he said, Cheryl, how's your weekend? And I said, I'm just trudging the road to happy destiny. And they were like, after the giggle, they said something was going wrong, something wasn't right with Cheryl. The next thing I knew, the door closed and they wanted to know how they could help. That meant the world to me, and I haven't had a chance to say thank you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Truly, ONU is one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I'm a better person, I'm a better woman, and a better professional because of ONU. And I'm grateful. However, I know that gratitude is an action word. And so how I'm going to show my action, how I'm going to show my gratitude, I'm going to take it as my responsibility to reach back and pull the next veteran up. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. We've had so much fun with Cheryl. Cheryl can, IT people, they're typically C's on the DISC personality, very detailed, analytical, methodical. And I'm telling you, Cheryl has just embraced that I side, that fun, that personality. She is just an amazing woman, and we have so enjoyed her. Please, if you're out there in HR world and you need somebody for IT, you do not want to miss out on Cheryl's leadership, her experience, her humbleness, her just ability to get stuff done. So I'm so excited to see where your career takes you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for sharing that from the heart. Appreciate that. All right, so we are down to the last veteran of class 37. This is our other Robert, so make sure you're looking at the right resume when you're looking there, HR folks, in the chat window. This is Robert Perez, Robert P. Just like Justin talked about how he drove 2 hours back and forth each class from Georgia to be here. Well, he didn't win the award for who was coming the furthest to be a part of Operation New Uniform this class. That was actually our next person, Robert Perez. Robert Perez is in Texas, And so in a minute, he's going to be joining us via technology world to share his story and his experience with Operation Uniform. And we are super thankful to Aloft Hotel for donating space for him. Robert actually came here. He wanted to be here in person. He wanted to be a part of the class and the connection. And so he found a way to be here with us for almost the entire time of our 3.5-week course, all the way from Texas. So let me introduce him so you know more about him. Okay, so Robert, get ready. We're getting the technology people ready. Robert served 20 years in the U.S. Army as an air and missile defense warrant officer. And for those of you that are in military, you know warrant officer means it's that mix of leadership and technical expertise. Warrant officers are a very special breed, very coveted and well known in the military world. He has a BA and an MS in organizational development and leadership from the University of the Incarnate Word, sorry, I didn't read that one ahead of time. He is seeking a career, Robert Perez, everybody out there, is seeking a career in program management or process improvement. So you're gonna see me duck down and mute myself, and Robert's gonna come up on the screen.
Robert, you're good.
All right, thank you. I would like to begin by giving thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Through him, all things are possible. And it is definitely my testimony as Dr. Kim so revealed. I first found out about ONU through actually a LinkedIn post that included veteran programs for transitioning service members. I reached out to a gentleman there by the name of Joe Leowowski. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your last name. And I inquired about ONU, and he actually told me it was in Jacksonville, Florida. But he did speak highly of it, and he said, hey, why don't you reach out to Michelle? They're really great people, and they're accepting applications at this time, and just tell them your story and just be passionate about what you're trying to pursue. So I actually went forward from his credibility, and I got in touch with Michelle. I actually did the application, and I was given an appointment date. And I'm telling you about our first encounter with Michelle was a video interview. And I will tell you, anyone that's been in the military knows it was a murder board. And the reason why it was a murder board is because unlike my other predecessors, or maybe possibly Cheryl, myself, I already had been in the business community, and but I had been subjected to setbacks due to the COVID-19. So I had great prestigious roles, but I was released because of that. So she wanted to know why I desired to be, and what was I gonna, did I really need to be in a program? How would I benefit from it? So I really had to sell myself. And it was really great. And then I did get the call within a week and say I was on board. But during our call, I told her I felt that I would benefit if I was selected to be in person. And I told her on top of that, that I wanted to have that bonding with my classmates. And I actually wanted to assist of what from the pain points and the lessons learned that I had developed. So when she called me back, she said, with great news, that she's like, hey, we were able to secure you sponsorship, but you only have to pay for your flight. And I was like, hey, I'm all on board. So I was actually ecstatic and came down there. I came into the program actually with hesitation and frustration of not securing full-time employment. But through the program, I developed that positive mindset that has enabled that esteemed confidence that every one of my peers has spoken about. Actually to gain those opportunities in the desired career field that we're looking for. But more so, what I took away was the acumen that is embraced by the business partners. With Sandler training provided by ONU, I am now equipped with the tools that highlight my skills and talents for organizations that are looking to recruit veterans like myself. I am forever in debt to Michelle and her dedicated staff. ONU is without a doubt the trendsetter in the veteran service organizational space. And finally, I just want to say congratulations to my fellow classmates. Y'all are truly I-10s and above. Thank you.
Robert, thank you so much for that. And we were so grateful to be able to get to know you and have you here in person. You know, and I just want to say, because I know Michelle will say it if I don't, but I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to say, I know you guys out there and here, you keep hearing Michelle, Kim, Michelle, but we just want you to know from our heart that this has nothing to do with myself or with Michelle. We are here because this is what God has told us that we need to be doing. And also the fact that we wouldn't be here without the support of our sponsors, of our Loyalty Brigade members, of our board members and the work that they do. We could not do what we do for veterans, and we're only God's hands and feet. We're not miracle workers, but we couldn't do it without all of you, and also the support of the business community that provides resources, that hires our veterans, and that stays involved. So I just want to thank all of you that are out there participating. It means the world to Michelle and me, and we don't take it lightly, what we've been called to do. And we know that we cannot do this without everybody out there and what you bring to the table. So I just wanted to say that because it was on my heart. Before we move into the final portion of today's graduation, please help me welcome my dear sweet friend, Michelle McManaman, who is the Executive Director of Operation Uniform. She's also the co-founder, which, as I said previously, was birthed through a vision that the Lord gave her back in 2014. Michelle and her team, her staff, her volunteers, they work incessantly. Guys, this is not a place to come to work if you're just trying to be a slacker, which is why I won't work here full time. I'm only part-time. They work incessantly, long hours. They are so dedicated to bring what you see here today to life. So thank you, Michelle. Please give me a round of applause for this amazing woman.
Thank you, Kim. She definitely is the personality of the two. We have a lot of fun together for sure. So thank you very much. And I'm so proud of this group. Every time we have a graduation, I'll tell you, Kim and I truly do. We cry because we feel like you're part of our family now. And I think I said this in a text last night, just be yourselves. Just talk from your heart. I know that we have so many C styles on the DISC profile. If you're familiar with DISC, the C styles are so used to being, let me make sure this is perfectly right. And we told them from day one, fail forward, fail with us, because we're going to be here to hold your hand. We're going to be here to just be with you and love on you and pray with you if we need to, because that's why we're here. As Kim said, our hearts are truly in serving. Pat and I, again, we talk about the Sandler training system and how this is the core of what we teach, but it truly is what God has given us to give to you, to our veterans, the community. If you're a veteran and you're struggling in any way, or you're just frustrated, please reach out to us. Go to our website. We'd be happy to have a conversation. If we can't help you, there are a million resources, and we are blessed to be in Jacksonville. Lisa said just a few, and there are so many. Dayton will tell you as well that there are so many different organizations that truly want to help our veterans. So we don't stand alone. We stand side by side. We work together with a lot of different people to help where there's so much need. So with that, we get to give 3 awards. And one in particular, you guys heard us talk about I-10, and you may have even seen a few people go like this, which is their shooting star. So at every graduation, we get to honor one veteran, even though everyone in this class deserves this award. But one stood out because they were chosen by their fellow classmates. So the shooting star talks about the separation in the Sandler training system from identity to role, and how we all walk into this world. Sometimes we have all these roles attached to us, and we need to learn how to separate those roles from who we are inside, our self-image, our self-esteem, our self-concept, and our self-worth. And how do we take those roles and put them aside and know that we will always be an I-10, devoid of all of our roles. So if we teach it at every class. Sandler has taught it to me for the last 22 years. I feel blessed to have it. We taught it to our kids, and we encourage our students to teach it to their friends and family, to know that we should all feel that way, especially in these trying times when things can be really hard for not just our veterans, but all of us, to know that our identity will always be grounded, and especially if you know the Lord. So our I-10 shooting star, it's recognized, this person is recognized as the ONU veteran who maintained a exemplary attitude throughout the program, sets a positive example for their fellow ONU veterans, and embodied the mission and purpose of Operation Uniform. As selected by the ONU team, the recipient of Class 37 I-10 Award is Robert Perez. Congrats, Robert. However, we have a really cool plaque that Chris is going to send you in the mail, and it has the star on it. Robert, just so you all know, I know you chose him because he just had the heart to every class. He wanted to know how he could help. Every class, he wanted to send more information out on our group Zoom call or whatever it was. But every class, Robert, and not that everybody else didn't feel that same way. He just stood out a little bit above the rest. So Robert, congratulations. We're so proud of you. Do you want to take 1 minute and say anything?
Robert, I'm unmuting you, okay?
Yeah, just humbled and touched me up more. Thank you, Class 37.
Thanks, Robert. You deserve it. The next award is the Success Award. And this one honors the ONU veteran who has shown exceptional growth and professional development by successfully utilizing the newly learned ONU behaviors, attitudes, and techniques from the Sandler system. As selected by the ONU team, and this was so hard because we wanted to give it to everybody, right, Kim? But this particular award is given to Cheryl. Cheryl.
What a nice surprise. All right.
Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I mean, wow, thank you. I had no idea this was coming, and you know, I'm just so grateful to be here. It's just it's amazing, and I don't have time to tell you the story how I met Michelle, but you know, I don't believe in any coincidences either. This was divinely inspired, and you know, and I'm just very grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It was so sweet when Cheryl said that she wanted to stay connected and help ONU beyond this. I was like, great, Monday we have technology issues. And she's like, okay, I'll be here. So thank you for being voluntold for that. So our last award is called the Above and Beyond Award. And there are so many people we can give this to, but we can only pass it out once per graduation. And believe me, we have a long list that we want to make sure we give this to moving on in the future. But we'd like to take a minute for what he's done in this particular class and classes before and many classes that he is going to do in the future, because we just ordered his business cards and his polo shirt. We want to thank Dayton Warfel for all he has done for resume writing.
You're just going to jerk me.
I know.
They just said I had to show up to support everybody else.
You would do that anyway, wouldn't
I
you?
would.
Would you like to see?
Well, I've been helping veterans ever since I got out of the Marine Corps 20 plus years ago. And this is pretty special, and I've never really got a coin this way, but yeah, this is the best organization around. They do more to get this transition in a positive note than, you know, you sit there and struggle for so long, and they've all said it, but getting out there and getting started, once you get started, it'll accelerate to the stars.
Dayton is already a huge part of helping us make connections, which is something that we would love for you or anyone that knows of an organization that wants to partner with us in any way. Yesterday, we were on a call together with ViStar, who's become a great partner, who has been a partner for the last 3 years, and will be continuing to be a partner, but in a much greater way, and we look forward to their partnership. So thank you so much, Dayton, for what you do. So before we get to the final portion of graduation, I'd like to introduce what Kim said. She and I do not do this alone. By the grace of God, we get to do this, but we have our team, and our team is fragmented right now. I am so struggling because this COVID thing has kind of knocked us for a loop. We've got some things going on, and not that anybody has it, but we certainly have had to go here to the office and then out of the office, and all the things that we have to do in between. But our newest team member, Fergie, she's the first one on your slide on the left. She's amazing. She's brand new to our team, and she's not feeling well. Please keep her in your prayers. Maddie Goldstein, she is an overachiever. She didn't break her ankle in one spot. She broke it in 6 spots. So she is having her surgery on Monday. Please keep her in your prayers as well. Ashley, who was behind the scenes, you can't see her when she's going, talk louder or go slower or whatever. But she's our technology guru and marketing expert. We just adore her and does great things. And then of course, Chris Jones, who probably doesn't get as much credit as she should, but she does everything that anybody else can't do or won't do. She does it all. So we thank you from the bottom of my heart. This team is so amazing. And wow, what a powerful group of ladies, huh?
Woo, yeah.
So as we wrap up, I want to acknowledge a few of our volunteers who were able to make this possible. Many thanks to my husband, my partner, Pat McManaman from Sandler Training. He comes in, and Stacy as well from Sandler's side comes in and trains at times. She didn't train this particular group, but she's a huge supporter, so we thank you. Robert and Nilu Gibson from Sea Glass, they zoomed in from California. They were able to give some tips on some things that our veterans, I'm sure, took a lot of advice from. Liz Scher from Cohen Veteran Network, she did a fantastic job talking about mental health and wellness for our veterans, and it's an amazing organization that we partner with here in Jacksonville. Ralph Koslerich from First Command came in and did a financial wellness piece that we're just kicking off. I'm really excited that he's been a part of this class as well. All of our board members are always welcome to come and speak to our group. Lee Mills is here today. We just adore her and her support, and all the people on our board, I thank you. To the rest of our education partners who give freely of their time and their resources, thank you for what you do. So some of you may be wondering, even after what Lisa said, how can you get involved? There are a number of ways that you can. Our 4th annual Veterans Cup is next Friday. And when I say this is a blast, I mean it, the pun is intended. We have a blast. We go out there and shoot. I love personally to shoot clay targets. I love shooting shotguns, something some people got me involved in many years ago, and it's been one of my passions. Come out there and join us. There's a way. I'm sure that Maddie's behind the scenes doing some linked things on the side of your screen. For those of you, I believe most of our class this time will be coming out and volunteering, so you get to meet them personally. So come out and meet them and our staff. We do have a veterans discount price. So if you're a veteran and want to shoot, we have some slots available still. And if you're a supporter and want to be a sponsor, we'd love for you to be a sponsor for that. We also have our Heroes Gala. This is a big event for us. This is our annual event. We do it in usually November. This year it's December 5th. We had to change the date, but we're excited about that because we're going to have live and virtual. So if you're not here locally and you want to be a part of this, we'd love to have you. There is a way that you can get involved. There is, again, probably something on your screen that Maddie's putting up there that can tell you what to do. But we have our guest speaker this year is Johnny Joey Jones. He is a gentleman who lost both of his legs when he was out there defusing a bomb in the military. And he has an amazing story. He's very motivational. He is a Fox commentator. He's an incredible man, and we're excited about having him live at the Sawgrass Marriott. If you are a sponsor of a table and more, you will be live. If you're an individual participant, we'd love to see you virtually. Because of COVID, we've had to make some changes, but we think it'll give us a broader expansion to what we do, and hopefully more people will be able to attend and see the great work that we're doing and have fun at the same time. So that's this December 5th at the Sawgrass Marriott. Look for more details on our website. Feel free to call me if you want to be a sponsor. Our marketing guru, Ashley, has managed to get our word out throughout the United States, not just here locally. So if you want to have a national presence, join us, and we would love to get your word out. Our loyalty brigade is a simple way to help us. It's a monthly donation, $10 or more. We will send you a really cool bracelet if you join for a year at $10 or more. I wear this daily. The girls laugh at me like, no matter what you have on, Michelle, you always have the ONU bracelet on. And I said, that's right, because I want to make sure everybody knows about it. So the Loyalty Brigade is great. Join today. We'll send you a bracelet. The Amazon Smile. This is a way you can join us and help us by supporting us through every purchase you make at Amazon. It won't come out of your pocket, but Amazon donates back to us. So if you go to Amazon Smile, instead of your regular Amazon login and click Operation New Uniform as the charity that you support, we would get a donation from them. So thank you for doing that as well. If you'd like more information, just want to get involved, the information, info@ONU Vets, call me personally, 904-328-1600. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. So at this time, we invite Chaplain Shaddix to officially close out our program with a brief word of prayer. Chaplain?
All right, let us pray together. Gracious and mighty God, thank you for this beautiful day. With endless opportunities ahead, we praise you for giving us a country in which we're free to pursue great things. Pray that you would guide, guard, and secure the future of every graduate. And fill these graduates with wisdom for the wonderful possibilities ahead. Give them indescribable peace and immeasurable joy in each new day. Keep their skills sharp, their discipline acute, and their judgment keen. And continue to bless them wherever they go and empower them to be a blessing wherever they go. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us online. Thank you, graduates. Congratulations. We love you. You are officially family forever. Have a great day. Oh my
Way
God.
to go, Ashley. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Robert.
Hey.
Hold on, let me turn it around for you, Robert, so that way you can see everybody.
Hold on. You can see all of us.
Hold on. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Looking sharp. Hey, Justin, don't forget those pics of the plaque for me, bro.
Don't forget the what?
Pictures of the plaque for me at the, with Justin.
All right.